Without further ado, I'd love to call this meeting to order. This meeting of the Reading Municipal Light Department Board of Commissioners is being held remotely on Zoom and streamed live on RCTV and YouTube. The RMLD Board of Commissioners recognizes the importance of hearing public comment at the discretion of the chair on items on the official agenda. We ask that all questions or comments from the public be directed to the chair and that all parties, including members of the RMLD board, act in a professional, courteous manner when addressing the board or responding to comments. Once recognized by the chair, all persons addressing the board shall state their name and address prior to speaking. It's the role of the chair to maintain order in all public comment or ensuing discussion. Vice Chair Pacino will be the board secretary, and I ask that all remote participants please identify themselves.
Vice Chair Pacino, I'm here. I asked that everybody please speak into the microphones because I just, what Marlena read came in very faintly. So please speak directly in the microphones. That seems to work better for me. Okay? Thank you.
Is this better?
Mr. Coulter is here.
And, this one too. And Colleen O'Brien. Can she hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. We'd now like to move on to the main item on our agenda, which is the appointment of the interim or acting general manager. Phil, would you like to read the motion? Or I could read it? Oh, well, okay. Well, actually, we're going to vote first before we complete that first sentence.
Right.
I would just like to say a couple of words. It's short and sweet about our decision tonight and how important this is to all of us. I think I can speak for the board when I say that we're all grateful for the dedicated pursuit of this interim general manager position at the RMLD. In its 100-plus year history, it has served a growing residential, commercial, and industrial customer base with near-perfect reliability for its customers and safety for its employees. We're humbled as a commission to have three extraordinarily strong in-house candidates, Hamid Jafari, Greg Phipps, and Wendy Markowitz, all of whom envision furthering their passion for the power industry with team collaboration that will innovatively drive climate change mandated goals of changing human habits. This general manager position has been served dutifully by Colleen O'Brien for 9 years, whose leadership has mentored all three candidates. We wish her a happy and rewarding retirement and thank her for her constant leadership in an industry that changes rapidly. What I thought we would do in getting right to the point is I will say the name of whomever interviewed first, and then with a show of hands, including our remote participants, if it is their first choice, they'll raise their hand. And then we'll move on to the next candidate. So the first any comments on that? Okay. So the first candidate that we interviewed was Hamid Jafari, Director of Engineering and Operations. If this is your first choice, board, please raise your hand. Let the record show that Phil Pacino votes for Hamid Jafari as his first choice. The next candidate to interview was Greg Phipps, Director of Research and Development, Integrated Resources and Development. If this is your first choice, could we have a show of hands? The records show that Bob Coulter, Dave Talbot, John Stempeck, and Marlena Bita liked Greg as their first choice. That is the majority that we need to finalize this decision. We are grateful to Greg for his interviewing, and congratulations. Here's where I'll read the motion. Phil, is that all right with you if I read it, or are you prepared to read it?
When would we comment at all, or no, just the motion?
Maybe after the motion. The RMLD Board of Commissioners hereby appoints Gregory Phipps to serve as the interim general manager effective upon the retirement of the incumbent general manager until a permanent appointment is made. The employee also shall serve as the acting general manager during absences such as vacation and sick leave of the incumbent general manager until the effective date of her separation from employment. While serving as the interim or acting general manager, the employee shall be responsible for his current duties as the Integrated Resources Director. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. And
Second the motion.
yep, okay. So
I could not hear the motion, so I don't know what you just said.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to
Did not
talk
come
right into
through.
the microphone.
She read the motion that's on the agenda.
I
Phil.
read the number 2 item on the agenda.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
All right.
I'm sorry, somebody came in my office too. I mean, fortunately, I have to occasionally do some real work, so.
I understand. I believe we still have to vote on this motion, just even though we kind of sort of already did, and then we can have comments. So all those in favor of this motion as read?
Mr. Stenbeck, aye.
Marlena Beta, aye.
Talbot, aye.
Mr. Coulter, aye.
Ms. Pacino abstain.
Okay. So that's 4-0 and 1. Are there any comments?
John?
No.
No, I don't have
Okay.
any comments, really.
All right.
One comment I would make is I completely share, Marlena, what you had mentioned. I think these candidates, any one of them could be in this position. I'm very, very proud of all of you. And it really shows with the dedication you put to in terms of the resumes and the material that you pulled together. The question and answer period with us, I thought was spectacular. And I'm talking from history. I mean, going through the last go round, where we did not have anywhere near this level of sophistication and quality of individuals. So for me, it was a very, very difficult choice. To make that choice. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, and I would echo word for word what John just said and also what Marlena said. And thank you all. And it also speaks so highly of RMLD that we have 3 people of your caliber working here.
It's amazing.
In the first place.
Yeah.
And
It is.
it's a real pleasure working with you, and I'm glad we can be back together in one room. And I thank all of you very, very much.
Phil and Bob, would you like to say anything? Bob has his hand raised.
Yes, I echo all the commissioners' comments. Unbelievable candidates and great job during the interviews, and it was an extremely difficult choice to pick one out of the 3 candidates. So again, it was a very difficult decision, and I appreciate everybody's even putting themselves forward. And thank you very much.
Yeah. Phil is our senior commissioner. Do you have any comments?
Yeah, just, again, I could not hear what John said. I could not hear what Dave said. Bob came through clearer than anybody. But basically, I agree with him. We had 3 excellent candidates, 3 fully qualified candidates, and I appreciate all 3 of them coming forward, putting their name forward at this point. So.
Thank you. Okay. Then I'm going to read a motion that we move into executive session to finalize any other part of this process. Move that the Board of Commissioners go into executive session pursuant to Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 164, Section 47D, exemption from public records and open meeting requirements in certain instances to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with non-union personnel, and return to regular session. Roll call is required. Marlena Beta, aye.
Mr. Stenbeck, aye.
Talbot, aye.
Mr. Coulter, aye.
Ms. Pacino, aye.
Get a second on that?
Do we have a second on that? Thank you, John.
Sorry, I meant to second it.
I know, my fault. Okay, thank you. It's